Making bread. Making bread at home is a simple and rewarding activity. You only need a few basic ingredients like flour, water, yeast, salt, and sometimes olive oil. With patience and practice, you can create delicious bread in your own kitchen. First, you need to prepare your ingredients and tools. You will need a large mixing bowl, a wooden spoon, a measuring cup, and a baking tray. Start by putting flour into the bowl. Then, add a small amount of salt and mix it well. In another cup, combine warm water and yeast. The water should not be too hot, or it will kill the yeast. Let this mixture sit for about 5 minutes until it becomes foamy. This shows that the yeast is active. Next, pour the yeast mixture into the flour. Add a little olive oil for flavor and softness. Mix everything together with a spoon until it forms a dough. The dough should not be too dry or too sticky. If needed, you can add a bit more water or flour. Now it is time to knead the dough. Place it on a clean surface and use your hands to push, fold, and stretch it. Kneading helps develop the gluten, which gives bread its structure. This process usually takes about 10 minutes. When the dough becomes smooth and elastic, it is ready. After kneading, put the dough back into the bowl and cover it with a clean cloth. Leave it in a warm place for fermentation. During fermentation, the yeast produces gas and the dough begins to rise. This usually takes 1 to 2 hours. The dough should double in size. If you want a different flavor, you can use a sourdough starter instead of yeast. A sourdough starter is a natural mixture of flour and water that contains wild yeast. It gives the bread a slightly sour taste and a unique texture. However, sourdough fermentation usually takes longer. Once the dough has risen, gently press it down to remove the air. Shape it into a loaf or small rolls, depending on your preference. Place the shaped dough on a baking tray. Let it rest again for about 30 minutes. This second rise makes the bread lighter. Before baking, you can cut small lines on the top of the dough with a sharp knife. This helps the bread expand in the oven. Bake the bread in a preheated oven at around 200 degrees Celsius for 25 to 30 minutes. The bread is ready when it is golden brown and sounds hollow when you tap the bottom. Finally, let the bread cool before cutting it. Fresh homemade bread is perfect with butter, cheese, or soup. Baking bread takes time, but the result is worth the effort.
Last weekend, I made a simple cake at home. First, I mixed flour, sugar, and eggs in a bowl. Then, I added milk and stirred everything well. After that, I poured the mixture into a baking pan and put it in the oven. I waited for about 30 minutes. When it was ready, I let it cool before eating. I felt very happy because it tasted delicious, and my family enjoyed it too.
Thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope it helped you practice your English and learn something new. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next lesson. I'd also love to hear from you, so share your thoughts in the comments below. Your support means a lot and helps this channel grow. See you again in the next video.